Oh man, 20 minutes later, we're good. I've been talking to the camera and we've had all sorts of issues, but we're good, I think. Hopefully the audio is working and everything. Mic check, mic check. Welcome to the channel, guys. We're gonna go over hopefully a gear drop or gear review, kind of like what I'm working with in my backpack and things like that. But real quick, I'm gonna show you a little bit of what I was working with last year, just to give you an idea of what that was looking like. It was a SOG bag that I got from like Walmart or something like that, or Amazon. I couldn't tell you honestly, but worked pretty well. Ran a 2-stick on both sides and a platform on it. So hopefully this year with the new trophy line Palisade, we'll have some good upgrades, a lot more space too, because I was struggling with space last year. Not trying to go too much up in weight, just because I like to kind of stay light, but hopefully we'll have some more space to bring like an extra layer or something like that this year. So yeah, let me grab that real quick. All right, this is my SOG bag. This is what I was running last year. Works really well for run and gun and getting what I needed done. The camo, as you can see, not the best. It's like a digital cover. Lots of upgrading that I had to do to this bag to make it suitable for what my needs were. Saddle hunting, because it lacked a few things, especially in space. But for a run and gun setup, something quick, getting out to the woods, maybe moving a few spots to stay super light, was a really good bag. And I think the only thing I would change is just maybe a different colorway than this was. So but yeah, ran this last year. As you can see, it's got 2 side buckles, really good for holding in the sticks, really nice and tight. Was a little malleable, so as you can see, it's really squishable, movable. That's kind of what I had with the problem with this bag all season long, was that it was clinking together, things were hitting each other. I had to soundproof almost every goddamn thing on my sticks and platform and everything, so it would be kind of quiet going into the woods. So all in all, still a good bag. Probably give it like a 3 out of 5 if I had a star rating for it. But yeah, super cheap, really good to get started with, and hopefully this bag this year will make some good differences. So let's go get the Palisade. And this is what we're here for. Let it focus. Palisade pack, here it is, everybody. Much larger than probably what you were thinking. I know I was kind of assuming it was gonna be a little smaller than this, but it's definitely good in size. But you know, the point of this is to have a lot of open space, basically a whole cavern, if you will, to put a bunch of shit in, and you know, use it what it's intended for. So for me, self-filming, things like that, it's gonna be really good this year. Struggled with that last year on that SOG bag I just showed you. This one will be a lot better. So without further ado, a little close up, I'll give you guys some B-roll. Actually, I'll drop that in right here. And let's get into the bag review. All right, so here we go. Giving you guys a kind of like a top-down shot of what we're working with here, but also going over some of the stuff that I have in here just to give an idea of what we're working with. I did have a little drop last year of kind of what we were working with, but it'll be nice to see the differences this year. So without further ado, let's get it started with the basics. So this is what started it all. This is the tethered Predator platform. As you can see, I've got a few adjustments on here, kind of like some camo, some self-adhesive tape, just to kind of keep it also quiet from banging on a couple other things. Again, that's what my problem was last year. But also this bungee. As you can see, there was an issue with me kind of clanging and banging this thing last year. This also prevented it from slapping on itself. Just a cheap little bungee I got from Amazon that tightens on itself. So really good. Next, we got the B sticks. The best sticks I've ever used, hands down. And I've been through just about 3 or 4, but and tried a few others. But honestly, just the grip, the safety, how I feel going up and down the tree in these things, unimaginable. The weight of them, super good. I'll put that right here, just so you guys can see the weight. But these guys are the shit when it comes to going up and down the tree, feeling good. The teeth on them, very good material. I think the last ones I used last year, which I actually have over here in the corner, I might show those a little later. Those guys slipped out actually on me twice the year before. So I actually got these from a meet and greet or a saddle tune-up in Michigan last year. and I saw Genesis 3D out there, a bunch of products from them. Genesis 3D, shout out them. They also kind of like hooked me up with the platform itself. Actually gave me a nice little discount meeting the tethered guy and the sales rep. So yeah, great sticks. As you can see, these fit very well on the side. I think I still need to make some adjustments to how they're holding on the side though. Let's move those over. Let's get a little bit into the bag here. So let's prop it up. As you guys can see, the platform in here was magnetically being held up, but also by these straps as well. This is what keeps this bag from staying kind of tight up here if you have nothing in there. But the platform I'm running is, I would say, a medium-sized one and fits very well inside this little gap here. Nice little straps on the side right up here. They get it nice and tight to hold it against it. And I've already walked around with it, which I might do a little bit of that here in a second, but no movement whatsoever. Super nice and tight, stuck to the bag. Super comfortable going on the back, and really nice padding on the back here to make it feel like it's sturdy against your back and not kind of like molding to it. Could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, depends on what your needs are, but works really well for me. Now to start off on the side pockets here, pretty essential things, grab and go when you're in that tree, but hand warmer. Cheap Amazon one, love this guy. This thing has gone, oh, it's a Zippo one actually, so here's your brand if you want to look it up, but charges via USB, kind of cheap I guess, but gets the job done when it's super cold outside and I need to warm up that like shooting hand or anything out there. So next to that, some deer drags, kind of like some self-made ones my buddy uses, and I kind of picked up on the same thing. Super light, easy to use. You just either put it around the hoof or the antler, whatever you get, doe or buck, and you're able to kind of drag it out 2 feet at a time, antler at a time, whatever, but works really well, gets the job done. So, and it's light, that's kind of our point here. So that's the top bag. Bottom bag here is going to be our field dressing kit. So just to keep the hands clean if I'm taking anything home, like the heart, whatever, but also some extra cleaning things because it gets kind of nasty if you actually hunt deer, you know. So other side here, switching to this, same thing. So as you saw, the other side had 2 zipper pockets. This one only has 1, but flashlights super needed. I usually just put this on my head, so I actually have 2 in here. One a smaller size with a brighter lumen than my other one, but this is a wider one with a red color. This one's a white color, so they serve their own purposes morning and night, but having 2 I think is essential in the woods because your boy has definitely been out there in the dark and it's a little scary. So double strapped up on those, keep those nice and tight. Water pocket, but I just keep some extra gloves in here. We might move those to the inside, but working well now for there. Now the top layer, as you can see, there's an extra zipper up here. I haven't found an exact use for this, but I might put some like seed things or like those little seeds that have like the fluffiness on them. So if they're accessible through the top, I might keep like a little pocket of them up there. Similar to the front up here, actually. Another small tiny pocket, good for like those small little things, batteries, you know, extra charger, whatever it is that you kind of need those miscellaneous things in the tree. Same thing goes for this front pocket up here. This is going to be another thing that's super accessible because it's facing out while you're in the tree stand. Again, magnetically connected, so it's pretty secure there. Boom, more storage. So you got a big pocket here, single stitch one here that's a little bit smaller, maybe a phone, and then a double stitch, so 2 of them up here. So lots of pockets. I still haven't filled everything, which may or may not be my goal here. Again, we're trying to stay light, but having some extra camera accessories out there will be essential. So now, let's check out the top of the bag, or the inside I should say. So put this to the side a little bit, dig into the bag here. Flashlight, another one. Green light, super usable outside, comes in handy for like almost every situation, especially when you need a wider light for tracking like those blood trails and things like that. Knee pads right at the top. I'm gonna use those no matter what, most likely out in the woods, if that's going up a tree, down a tree, even getting on my knees for certain things. So check these out from Trophy Line. I think these are some of the best ones around, from a padding sense to how they feel around the knee. They kind of like fit all the spots that I need them to, and haven't tried any others, so there could be better ones out there, so don't take my opinion for concrete here, but these are good ones that I've tried and I'm sticking to them. So another essential thing here, binos. I use a cheap pair from Amazon. These are some Bushnells, really chunky, honestly, but your boy sees pretty well, but I don't know. There's something to like having a larger bino set that makes it just easier to glass and see the things you want to see than having something really small and trying to look through that. I find these just easy to put up to your face real quick, check it out, and then put them down. Those smaller ones can be a little finicky, but to each their own. You know, this is something that I found very useful. Next up, another light. Your boy stays strapped with lights out there. This is gonna be a hat light I got for like Christmas or something. It's a USB charge. It's rechargeable. You can just pop out the lights. I got these from Costco actually, so these things are really nice. Definitely recommend if you need something for the early season. Definitely not a late season hunt, but something to keep your head warm while you're out there. After that, kind of some other things that we take out to the woods that are very essential for a short or long sense, but water. Staying hydrated out there is essential. There's definitely been a few times where I have forgotten it and wish I didn't. It does help in certain circumstances from like not wanting to go pee out there and get from your stand, but I like to stay hydrated. It makes me more comfortable, more confident in my shots. So yeah. Right after that though, phone case. This is actually one that I have upgraded with a really strong magnet from Painted Arrow, which is, I got this from Amazon, but there's a bunch of other brands that are jumping on this wave of this, which I'll pop up right here, this little MagSafe phone holder that allows you to record your hunts with your phone, which I'm a big fan of because they're 4K cameras, they shoot great, but this just allows me to kind of shoot in a different way and get another angle, because I'll be running some cool stuff this year, like a GoPro and things. So, but yeah, super nice, carry this with me now. After that, just picked this up recently from Genesis 3D. This is called a hip pincher. Basically prevents hip pinching within the saddle. Allows you to put it right in front, puts both those strings to the side around your waist, and just gives you a little bit more flexibility, comfort, especially for those longer sits. And it's collapsible here, which I'll give you a quick demo maybe. And it's similar to like a tent pinch thing. As you can see, it just pulls right together, folds in half, super easy to put away. Big fan of. Haven't tried it out, but I'm sure I'm gonna love it because those longer sits definitely need those things. Last but not least, a saw. You know, on those public hunts, there can be those like tiny pieces of brush that just may make or break a shot. So just having something that's super accessible, a little bit longer. I think this is like a 11 or 12 inch saw on here, just to reach out and get that single piece of brush, because it is public land, mind you, just to help clear up that shot a little bit more. Super essential. But yeah, that's gonna be our review. I do keep a camera in my bag all the time just in case. I have a really good feeling about a spot and I kind of want to get a couple extra days looks without obviously being there. So this gives me some essential information on my hunts too. So something I'll be keeping with me most likely throughout the season. But yeah. I know this is kind of like an essential question too of what it looks like on the bag, what it looks like on your back. Jesus. All right, so I know this is an essential question of what it looks like on your back. One of the good questions I'll probably get to is like, how high does it sit? So that's one thing that I want to show you guys, just to see if it's gonna be sitting on top of your saddle or like just being uncomfortable in general in there. So, all right. So full backpack on, full of everything. All right, so let's get a clean look, full 360 of everything. Get an idea of what we're working with here. For me, pretty comfortable. I mean, I don't want to say that it's not. There is a few things that I would probably change this around, like how it sits right on your butt on the top of it. Small adjustments can be made. You know, I think it might sit a little right where your saddle is going to be on your hips and on your butt right there. But I don't think it'll be too detrimental. Obviously, this is only going to be on you for a period of time going into the woods and then hanging on the tree. But this again is meant for people who are taking a lot of stuff out there, like camera equipment like myself, or you know, taking a deer out, you know, if you're cutting it up, whatever it is. So, you know, there's some things to think about when investing into this bag that I'm now considering for the future, that, you know, space like this is going to come at a cost for how big that bag is going to feel like on your back. So still solid, you know, give it a little shake. Zero noise, except for what's inside my bag. No movement, very secure. And I tried this before, like very vigorously, And my other pack, mind you, would run into this issue all the time. If it's just me going in, you know, thinking about bow in hand, got a couple layers on even later in the season. Some of the issues I'd run into is that bag is just chink, chink, chink. We don't have that problem. So easy thing solved. I'm a fan all around. That's gonna be a wrap, guys. That's a quick runaround of what I'm working with for this year. If you want, drop a like, drop a comment what you want to see next. I'm probably gonna be doing a lot more content here, hopefully with more time that I'll have to do some, like, you know, bow reviews, things that I do and don't like about my current bow system. Maybe some more things about saddle hunting, because this is only my second year in this now, and maybe some cool hunts that hopefully I'll get a deer this year on the Indiana public lands. So thanks for watching, thanks for staying through this whole thing. Looking forward to more stuff, and keep watching Indiana Hunt and Feast. Holla at your boy, drop a comment, like, you know what to do.